today what I'm going to be talking about is how to build wealth and retire early using your current 9 to 5. Hey, what's up, YouTube? And welcome back, Flex family. And to all the new people here, thanks for checking us out. We appreciate you giving us a look. Before I jump in, make sure you click that like and subscribe button. So today what I'm going to be talking about is how to build wealth and retire early using your current 9 to 5. Now, I know a lot of people out there think that that's impossible depending on where you work or what you're doing currently. But I'm here to tell you it's not. It's all about changing some things up and figuring out the best way to use your money to make money for you instead of you tying time to dollars. So the number one thing, and actually before I jump into that, my name is Kevin Tennyson. I'm a Flex Financial Wealth Coach and mentor here at Flex Financial Trading Group. And the number one thing is changing your mindset. So when it comes to being wealthy, making money, changing the way you live your life, you definitely have to change your mindset and what your beliefs are when it comes to money. Most people don't think that they can achieve wealth, don't believe that they can achieve financial freedom. And so their money situation is tied to that. So we have to change our mindset. We have to change our mentality when it comes to money. We have to change that thought process of tying time to dollars and start to understand that our money can make money for us and free us up to be able to do what we love to do, whatever that may be. Next, we want to talk about is the consumer mentality. So you have to definitely break that consumer mentality. Living in the U.S., we're bombarded with commercials. No matter if you're watching TV, you're looking at your cell phone, there's always something going on, always some sort of ad, always something popping up telling you to buy. And that kind of lends to what we do in the US. We spend a lot of money. There's a lot of mindless spending in America, just spending money on things we don't necessarily need. And it kind of translates into keeping us from saving or investing and making more money, using our money to make money. Next thing is we got to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. So this happens a lot. You might see your neighbor have a nice new car, or a family member, brother or sister, have a nice new home or something like that. And we want to keep up. We want to have that nice new watch. We want to have the new clothes. We want to kind of fit that image that everybody feels that we have to have. But once you start to understand the wealth building game and get out of the consumer mentality, then you understand that that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is being able to do what you want to do with your time. Time is much more valuable than money. But if we're tying time to dollars, then we're losing a lot of the time that we could have to be doing things that we enjoy, spending time with our families, friends, loved ones. So we have to get out of that as well. And just to kind of touch on that a little bit more, what you don't see wealthy people doing is trying to keep up with the Joneses. Wealthy people understand where they need to put their money. Yes, they have nice things. Yes, they've built up wealth, but a lot of that is done towards the end once they've already become successful, once they've already kind of gotten beyond where they need to be financially. Now they can start to reap the benefits of that. They can start to spend some of that money, start to have nice things, but you don't see them out there trying to keep up with the Joneses. A lot of people that are wealthy, actually, you can't tell when you see them out in the streets. They have on regular clothes. They don't really try to put up that front or that image that says they have a lot of money. Because they're wealthy, they understand they don't have to do that. They don't have to go out and buy things because they know they can afford them. So that ties all into the mentality, the mindset, and getting out of that consumer mentality. So the number two thing I want to talk about is saving first. You have to have this kind of idea that when you make money, when you have a check come in, you need to take some of that off the top and save it. So you need to either figure out, how much you want to save, what you're capable of saving, and put that away first. Save first. So one way we can do this is to live minimally. So kind of ties into what we talked about before. Understanding you don't have to buy something just because you want it. Trying to understand what you need, what your family needs, and trying to live minimally and saving as much as you can and investing as much as you can out of your check is going to help out with that. Another thing is to find out where you're spending mindlessly. So a lot of people will spend money on coffees or lunches out or dinners out or $5 here, $10 there. You may have monthly subscriptions that you're not using, but you're still paying for. You may be paying for a gym that you haven't been to in a while. That's not one I would take out, but if that's something you want to do, or you find that you're spending money on something that you're not using, take control of that, go through your expenditures, figure out where you're spending money mindlessly, where basically you're not thinking about it, you're just spending money, and start to cancel those things and get that money back. Next is set a percentage of income that you're going to save. So, based on what you're doing now, kind of figure out what your bills are, how much you have to spend to, continue your lifestyle or live the life that you want to live, and then what you can actually save, and then start to save that and do it automatically. Set up an automatic deposit, whether it goes into your investment account, whether it goes into your savings account, until you figure out what you want to do to allow that money to start making money for you. But do it automatically. That way you don't see it. It's not sitting there. If there's extra money sitting around, you may get, a wild hair and say, I want that pair of shoes, or I want something like that. So definitely set it up automatically. Come off the top. You won't have to worry about that. Number three, a big thing that you need to do is set some goals. So you need to understand that in order to kind of achieve things, you have to set a mark of where you want to get. Is it you want to retire early? Is it you want to build a certain level of wealth before you get out of the game or get out of what you're doing now? Do you want to travel? Do you want to spend more time with your family? Like whatever drives you, whatever is going to make it so that you have something you're chasing that you can start to put action items to, so you can start chasing it and start narrowing down that goal. But you have to set a goal so you know where you want to end up. Um, a big thing for me, one that I definitely aspire to do, is I love to travel with my family. I love to show my family different places that I wasn't able to travel as a kid. So big thing for me is spending time with my family and traveling and showing them different things. So I know what I need to do in order to get there, and make sure that I have our setup where we can actually go and do that, and spending time with my family. So set your goals, make sure you can achieve them. And the last thing I want to touch on, number four, is investing long term. So, in order to start making your money make money for you, you don't want to just sit it into a savings account and just let it sit there. The return on that is so low that you're actually losing money when you do that. Based on the rates of inflation, and based on how much you earn when you leave your money in a savings account, you're actually losing money in the long run. So you need to learn how to invest. You need to learn how to invest long term. And I say investing long term, I mean 3 to 5 years when you pick out what you want to invest in. And that's because if you're doing something long term, you have a greater chance of building wealth. You definitely want to invest in solid companies. So we use the stock market here at Flex Financial Trading Group. We choose solid, proven companies. We use a top line revenue. We look at the company's financials. We understand earnings, and we put our money into companies that are proven that they can retrace and hit new highs through any market conditions. And that's going to allow us to grow our money, 300, 400, 500%, up to 700% on certain companies over a 3 to 5 year period. And that will help you build wealth. And then lastly, if you can, find some dividend paying stocks as well. Companies that pay dividends actually will pay you on top of your capital gains just for holding the shares. And as you build your dividend accounts, you can start to make passive income, which is going to, again, take you out of the rat race, take you from spending your time to make dollars, and give you some freedom to do what you love to do. So that's going to wrap it up for today. If you like the video, please click the like and subscribe so you can see all the new ones that we have coming up. And we'd love to see you at Flex Financial Trading Group. If any of this you'd like to learn how we take these long-term investments, actually take money from the market to build those long-term investments, and use the whole Flex Financial approach, which you see behind me right there, definitely check us out at flexfinancialtg.com, and we'll see you on the next one.